Hi, we're Group 223. I'm Joseph Harrington.
I'm Alan Rischel.
I'm Ryan Sariego.
And I'm George Witten. Together we make Cool Shade. Starting off, we saw a problem or need in society, especially in the Phoenix area where we have a lot of heat and sunlight. The problem we saw is that there's many elderly that try to go outside in elderly homes, for instance, and they can't do it just because they may suffer a heat stroke or it's just too hot for them to do so. There's also sports fans, especially problems with dehydration when they're outside watching for hours on end. Parades, same deal. So we saw an opportunity. There's obviously, the sun isn't going to go away, and there's an increase in elderly population. So we came up with a solution. The Cool Shade Solar Umbrella. This product has 4 flexible solar panels. As you'll see in the bottom right, they're on top, and underneath are housed 4 separate fan systems that have a misting system that attach to them. Also, there's an attachment mechanism located on the handle of the umbrella that allows it to attach to wheelchairs, for instance. So, there's different competitive advantages that we noted about our product. First of all, it's simple. You can bring it around, it's portable, and store it when you'd like. It's also a certain amount of comfort that comes with using it. For instance, you not only get the shade, you get a cooling mist around you as you hold it. The attachment to wheelchairs was discussed earlier, and solar power. At a time when our nation is trying to be more sustainable, solar power is definitely an energy source that is worth looking into. Moving ahead, it's important to look at the type of relationships and strategic partnership potential that there is if we were to go into business. David Boone is such a patent holder that we could go into business with. He has a flat panel fan unit that is capable of being powered by the sun. This is exactly what we're looking for in our solar umbrella concept. This could be housed and could help power our misters and fans. There's also different manufacturers we could pair with, such as the separate fan units, the mister units, solar panels as was discussed. These are all different relationships that could be made. Now I'm going to turn over to Ryan Sariego, who will discuss market information.
As George said, the market that the Cool Shade will initially be catering to is the elderly community and the sports and outdoor event spectators. Our location, the Phoenix metropolitan area, is a great location to foster a startup such as the Cool Shade. With a population of approximately 4.5 million, which is expected to grow to 6.6 million by 2030, Phoenix, being sunny and hot year-round, is a perfect location to foster our startup. We see the competition in our market as underdeveloped. Seeing as though other products are either very basic or not portable, for example, outdoor patio umbrellas are big and bulky and don't bring into account the various aspects of the Cool Shade, we feel that we can fit in quite well and be successful. No other competitors offer the combination of the umbrella, fans, misters, and clamp that we do, and at the competitive price that we can offer. We will initially be operating through direct and indirect sales. We will be using a warehouse to manufacture our product, making 48 units a day for the first year, along with employing 3 assembly line workers. We feel that this route is the most efficient to lower overhead costs of having a brick and mortar location we would have to sell our product from. Also, we have allocated $1,500 in the first year to research and development so as to help maintain our competitive advantage and come up with better ways to market and create our product. The management team of the Cool Shade is made up of 4 undergraduate engineering students. George Witten, with a background in environmental engineering and sustainability, brings the benefit of great attention to detail to the Cool Shade. Alan Rischel, a structural engineering architecture major, is our expert in design and aesthetics. Joseph Harrington, with a background in structural engineering, is our consultation and design expert, and Ryan Sarajevo, with experience in structural engineering, construction management, and finance, brings a methodical approach to our business. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Alan to discuss our marketing plan.
Thank you, Ryan. So our marketing plan is to diversify our company by combining direct and indirect methods of sale. We will be indirectly distributing the goods through stores that sell sports gear, items for the elderly and handicapped, and general merchandise. To directly sell the Cool Shade, we will use our internet site as well as advertising on social media sites. Our pricing methodology is to keep the price at $42.75 for the first 6 months, then increase it at the same rate at which the economies of scale decrease our cost of good. Now I'll hand it over to Joseph Harrington to go over the financial analysis.
Thanks, Alan. We determined it would be necessary to distribute the sales by season, as we expect seasonal sales due to temperature and holiday pricing and consumption. With this distribution, we resulted in the inventory tabulated as shown. We wanted to make note that for all tables in the subsequent financial projection analysis, we will only be showing the first 4 quarters encompassing the first year for representation purposes. We determined it was necessary to tabulate the inventory because we were not selling all the items that we were making at any given quarter. With that in mind, we were able to put together the income statement. This obviously included other factors as shown in the table, but we wanted to bring to your attention that the gross revenue, as expected, was always higher than the total expenses, with the exception of the first quarter where we experienced many startup costs, which will be discussed further in subsequent slides. Along with this, we wanted to note that after the end of quarter 3, we experienced a positive total net income. This was extremely beneficial for our financial analysis, as it showed that we would have positive net income for the remainder of the analysis period. Along with this, we put together a balance sheet in order to accurately show our assets and liabilities at any given time. As expected, the total equity was shown to be the total assets minus the total liabilities. Along with this, we saw that the total equity surpassed the liabilities around the half-year mark during year 3. This was important because it shows our profitability as a company. Along with this, the slopes of the assets and equity line seem to be a positive trend, which we expect to experience even further past the 5-year analysis. Along with this, we determined it would be necessary to make an assumption of the distribution of payments. This was between credit card payments, check payments, and cash. Obviously, there needed to be some assumption, and we determined a 50-50 split would be appropriate. Along with this, we needed to further distribute the accounts receivable, as we will not be cashing in on all of the credit card payments or checks at the same time. Therefore, we determined a method as shown, and we felt like this was appropriate. Using this method, we determined a cash flow diagram as shown, with the starting cash minus the taxes equivalent to the ending tax. Furthermore, the start of positive return on investment was experienced somewhere at the end of quarter 3 during year 1. This was important because it only took us 3 quarters to begin this positive return on investment, which we expect the investors will be very pleased to hear. It was also beneficial to provide a breakdown of funds as seen in the pie chart. Also seen in the pie chart, outsourcing costs were a large portion of our usage of funds over the 5-year analysis period. This was expected due to the fact that the Cool Shade was comprised of different items from different manufacturers. We determined this was acceptable due to the fact that we would be saving in salaries because we would have less qualified and therefore less expensive assembly line workers. Along with this, we need to determine the near-term money requirements, which we determined to be about $275,000. This covered the losses during the first year, along with the necessary funds to produce the inventory for the subsequent quarters. While this seems like a large figure, we also wanted to bring to mind that even including this figure, we determined about a $200,000 net income over the analysis period, which we determined would be beneficial for our investors. With that, I'll turn it over to Alan for our summary.
Thank you, Joseph. We as entrepreneurs and partners are devoted to creating a successful product and business. Looking at our financial analysis explained by Joseph, our product will gross a positive net income at the conclusion of the first year. Through the methodology we described, Coolshade will provide a product that not only creates essential jobs with the state of the economy as it is, but also a profitable product that helps the community. Together we plan to cool the world!